During our anniversary at the restaurant, she'd chosen my fiancé went to the restroom walking by to get more wine. I heard her on speaker, this loser actually thinks. I love him, he's so desperate, he gave me his mom's ring, already had it appraised $1. 5 okay, after the wedding I'll clean him out like we planned. I grinned coldly and sat back down. Already plotting her falling apart. 10 days later her entire world came crashing down. My phone blew up with 73 missed calls, so I guess I'm just going to throw this out there because I can't sleep. And I'm still running on pure rage, and honestly, if you've ever had someone just straight up play you for a clown, you'll get why I'm not letting this go. I'm not even sure if I want advice or just to vent. But whatever, here's how my anniversary dinner turned into the start of the worst 10 days of my life for her not. Yeah, so me and Sarah, 3 years together, engaged for like 8 months. We met at this silent auction thing for an animal shelter, which is already kind of random. I was there because my mom basically guilted me into it. She's obsessed with rescue dogs. She's got like 4 now, it's a whole thing, and Sarah was there with some friend who bailed last minute. We ended up bidding against each other for this ugly signed guitar, then just started talking, and I guess it just went from there. I always thought it was a weird way to meet, but it was kind of funny and she was super into it, so whatever. Anyway, fast forward, we're living together, planning a wedding. All that I gave her my mom's ring, which is like a big deal in my family. My mom's super sentimental about it. And honestly, I was too. I thought Sarah was the one I really did, but lately she's been acting off, not like cheating off, just weird, picking fights over nothing, getting super defensive about money stuff, always on her phone, but then acting like I'm the one being sketchy. If I ask, I figured it was just wedding stress because her family is a lot and my mom as well. So I just let it go. So our anniversary comes up and she's all about this new restaurant that just opened up downtown, not our usual spot, but she's hyped about it, says she's bending to try it, and honestly, I just wanted a chill night, so I was like, sure, whatever you want. She gets all dressed up. I put on a shirt that doesn't have holes in it. We Uber over, and right away, it's just weird. The place is almost empty, which is wild because it's supposed to be impossible to get a table, but she acts like it's totally normal. She keeps checking her phone like every 2 minutes, but then puts it face down when I look at her. I ask if everything's okay. She says she's just waiting for a text from her sister about some wedding thing. I don't push it, dinner is fine. I guess, but she's not really there, you know? Like she's talking, but it's all surface level, and she keeps steering the combo back to the wedding or her family or this trip she wants to take after the honeymoon. I try to joke around, bring up old stories, but she's just not into it. At one point, she gets up to go to the restroom, leaves her phone on the table, and I just sit there kind of annoyed, but whatever. I figure I'll just pour us more wine and try to salvage the night, so I get up, head over to the bar. It's one of those places where the bar is basically in the middle of the room and the restrooms are down this little hallway off to the side. And as I'm walking back with the bottle, I hear her voice. She's not in the restroom, she's in the hallway and she's on the phone, but it's on speaker and she's laughing, like really laughing, not the fake laugh she does with my mom, but the one she does when she's with her friends and thinks I'm not listening. I don't even mean to eavesdrop, but she's not exactly being quiet, and the hallway echoes. I hear her say, this loser actually thinks I love him, he's so desperate, he gave me his mom's ring, already had it appraised $50,000 after the wedding, I'll clean him out like we planned. And then she laughs again, and whoever's on the other end, some dude I can't make out what he says, laughs too. I just stand there for a second holding the wine bottle, and I swear I almost just walked out right then, but I didn't. I don't know why. Maybe I wanted to see if she'd say more. Maybe I just wanted to see her face when she came back. I don't even feel anything, no, truly, just this cold, empty feeling like, oh, okay. So that's what this is. I go back to the table, sit down and wait. She comes back a minute later, all smiles, acting like nothing happened. She sits down, pours herself more wine, and starts talking about some wedding venue her mom wants us to look. And I just nod, smile, play along. I don't say a word about what I heard, not yet. The rest of dinner is a blur. I barely eat. She doesn't notice. She's too busy texting under the table, probably that same dude. I pay the bill, we Uber home, and she's all over metroing to act like everything's normal. I let her. I don't say anything, I just watch her, and I start making a list in my head of everything I'm about to take from her. When we get home, she goes straight to the bathroom to take off her makeup, leaves her phone on the bed. I almost go through it, but I stop myself. I don't need to, I already know. I just sit on the edge of the bed staring at the ring on her finger, and I feel nothing, not anger, not sadness. Just then she comes out, asks if I'm okay. I say I'm tired. She shrugs, gets into bed, and scrolls through her phone for like an hour before she finally passes out. I just lie there staring at the ceiling, running through every conversation we've had in the last few months, every weird thing she's said, every time she's pushed me to spend more, to book the more expensive venue, to add her name to my accounts. It all clicks, and I feel like an idiot for not seeing it sooner. The next morning, she acts like nothing happened, makes coffee, asks if I want to go look at wedding stuff with her mom. I say I've got stuff to do. She shrugs, leaves as soon as she's gone. I call my mom, I tell her everything. She doesn't believe me at first, says I must have misheard, but I tell her exactly what I heard word for word. She goes quiet, then just says, do what you have to do, but don't do anything stupid. I promise her I won't. I spend the rest of the day just thinking not about her, but about what I'm going to do next. I'm not the type to just let someone walk all over me, and I'm definitely not letting her walk away with my mom's ring or my money or my dignity. I start making a plan. I'm not even sure what it is yet, but I know I'm not just going to sit here and let her get away with it. That night she comes home late, says she was with her mom, but I know she's lying. I don't say anything. I just watch her, and I can tell she's getting nervous, like she can feel something's off, but she doesn't know what. She tries to kiss me. I pull away, say I'm tired. She slams the bedroom door and goes to sleep on the couch. I lie there staring at the ceiling, and I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to make her regret ever thinking she could play me. I'm going to take everything she cares about, and I'm going to do it in a way that she never sees coming, and that's how the worst 10 days of her life started. I'm not done yet, not even close. If you've ever been played like this, you know exactly what I'm feeling right now. I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm looking for payback, and trust me, it's coming. Part 2 coming soon. If anyone actually cares in jail, this is just the beginning. Update 1. Alright, so I didn't expect so many people to actually read my first post, but I guess a lot of you have been through some version of this, or you just like watching a train wreck. Either way, here's what happened. After that dinner angle, it got way messier than I thought it would, and I'm not even close to done. So after that night, I'm just running on autopilot. I'm not sleeping, I'm barely eating, I'm just replaying that phone call in my head. I keep thinking, maybe I misheard, maybe she was just venting, but nah. I know what I heard, and the way she acted after, like nothing happened, just made it worse. I start noticing all these little things, like how she keeps her phone on silent now, or how she's suddenly super interested in my bank app notification. She asks me if I got paid yet, but tries to play it off like she's just planning the honeymoon, but I just nod and let her talk. I start making moves. First thing I go through our shared stuff, join account, credit card, even the stupid wedding spreadsheet she made on Google Drive. I don't touch anything yet, just look. I see she's been moving money around, like small amounts, but it adds up. She's got a separate savings account I didn't know about, and she's been putting money in there every week. I ask her about it just to see what she say, and she gets all defensive, says it's for emergencies. I just say, cool, makes sense, and drop it. I call my mom again, tell her I'm not letting this go. She's pissed, but she's also worried I'm gonna do something stupid. She tells me to be smart, don't get myself in trouble, but also don't let Sarah walk all over me. My mom's always been like that, tough but fair. She says, if you're going to do this, do it right. Don't let her take the ring. Whatever you do, I promise her I won't. So I start with the wedding stuff. The venue deposit is in my name, so I call them and cancel. They're annoyed, but I get most of the deposit back minus some fee. I don't tell Sarah. I just wait to see how long it takes her to notice. I also call the caterer and the florist, same deal. I tell them to hold off on everything. Don't tell Sarah, just send everything to me. They're confused, but whatever, I'm the one paying next. I go to the bank and move most of the money out of our joint account. I leave just enough so it doesn't look weird, but not enough for her to do any damage. I also take my name off the credit card she uses and order a new one for myself. I don't say anything to her, just wait. She starts getting weird. She asks me if I've seen her emails from the venue, says she hasn't gotten any updates. I say, maybe check your spam folder. She gets annoyed, says she called them herself. I just shrug. She tries to use the credit card at Target and it gets declined. She comes home pissed, slams her bag on the counter, asks if I forgot to pay the bill. I say, it must be a glitch, I'll call the bank. She storms off, slams the bedroom. I start dropping hints, nothing obvious, just little things. I ask her if she's excited for the wedding, if she's happy with the ring, if she's talked to her friend lately. She gets all coy, says I'm being weird, asks if I'm okay. I just smile and say, never better. Her mom starts texting me asking if I can come to brunch to talk about the seating chart. I say I'm busy. Sarah gets mad, says her family thinks I'm not invested in the wedding. I say, maybe they should talk to you about that. She doesn't get it, just rolls her eyes and goes back to scrolling on her phone. One night she comes home late, says she was with her sister. I know she wasn't because her sister posted a story from a bar across town and Sarah wasn't in it. I don't say anything, just ask If she had fun, she says it was fine, but she's tired. She goes to shower, leaves her phone on the table. I pick it up just to see if it's locked, and if she changed her passcode, I put it back the next morning. She's in a mood. She asks if I'm mad at her. Says I've been distant. I say just stressed about money. She says maybe we should postpone the wedding just until things calm down. I say maybe you're right. She looks surprised like she didn't expect me to agree. She says, well, we already paid for everything, so we should just go through with it. I say I'll think about it. I start getting texts from her friends asking if everything's okay. I say, yeah, just busy. One of her friends, Shirley, is super nosy, always trying to get in the middle of our business. She texts me late one night. Says Sarah's been acting weird, asks if we're fighting. I say, not really, just wedding stress. She says, if you need anything, let me know. I say thanks, but I'm good. Sarah starts getting desperate. She tries to get into my phone, says she needs to check something for the registry. I say, just use your own phone. She gets mad, tries to grab my phone out of my hand. I pull it away. She slaps my arm hard. I just stare at her and she backs off, says she's sorry, she's just stressed. I say, don't touch me. She storms off, slams the bathroom door. I start sleeping on the couch. She tries to talk to me, says we need to work things out, but I just say I need space. She starts crying, says I'm being cruel. I say, you don't know the half of it. She doesn't get it, just keeps crying. Her mom calls me, says Sarah is worried about me, asks if I'm okay. I say, I'm fine, just tired. Her mom says, maybe you two should take a break. I say, maybe we should. I start packing up my stuff, just the important things. I take the ring back when she's asleep, put it in my mom's safe. I change the locks on my apartment just in case. I tell the building manager not to let anyone in without me there. He says, no problem. Sarah tries to use the joint account to buy something online, but it gets declined. She comes home furious, throws her phone at the wall. It bounces off and hits the floor. She screams at me, says, I'm ruining everything. I say, you did that yourself. She tries to slap me again, but I block her arm. She storms out, slams the door so hard the picture frame falls off the wall. I call my mom, tell her what happened. She says, do what you have to do, but be careful. I say, I will. The next day, Sarah's sister shows up at my door, says Sarah is freaking out, asks if I know what's going on. I say, maybe you should ask her. She gets mad, says I'm being an underscore, but I just close the door. I start getting calls from the venue, the caterer, the florist, all asking what's going on. I tell them the wedding is on hold, don't talk to Sarah, just deal with me. They say, okay, but they're losing patience. Sarah comes home that night, tries to act like nothing happened. She asks if I want to watch a movie. I say, not really. She sits on the couch next to me, tries to hold my hand. I pull away. She gets up, slaps the coffee table, says, I'm being impossible. I say, you have no idea. She starts texting her friends. I can see her typing furiously. I get a text from Shirley, says, Sarah is losing it, asks if I'm okay. I say, I'm fine, just tired of the drama. She says, if you need anything, let me know. I say, thanks, but I'm good. I start making a list of everything Sarah owes me: money, time, respect. I'm not letting her walk away with anything. I start looking up small claims court, just in case. I'm not playing around. The tension in the apartment is insane. We barely talk, we barely look at each other. She tries to get a reaction out of me, but I just ignore. She slams doors, throws things, cries, screams, but I don't budge. I know she's talking to someone else, probably that guy from the phone call. I don't care, let her. She's not getting a dime from I'm just getting started. Next step, I'm gonna make sure everyone knows exactly who she is and what she's done. I'm not letting her get away with this, not a chance. If you think I'm being harsh, you've never had someone try to rob you blind and laugh about it behind your back. I'm not the bad guy here. I'm just done being the nice guy. Part 3 coming soon. Trust me, it gets even uglier. Update 2. So yeah, if you read the last part, you know I was already done with Sarah, but in AL, I wanted her to feel it, not just quietly break up and let her spin some story to her friends and family about how I was the problem. Nah, I wanted her to have to look everyone in the eye and explain herself. I know that sounds harsh, but after what she said about me, about my mom's ring, about cleaning me out, I just couldn't let it slide. I'm not built for that. So this is how it all started to go down. It's wild how people act when they feel the walls closing at. Sarah was getting more and more jumpy, like she'd startle if I opened a cabinet too loud. She kept asking if I was mad, if I was seeing someone else, if I was hiding something. I just kept saying, I'm good, don't worry about me. She'd get all huffy, then try to be sweet and get mad again. It was like living with a broken fire alarm, just random beeping all the time. Her family was in town for wedding stuff, which was already a nightmare. Her mom is the type who wants to Control everything. Her dad just sits there and nods. Her sister is always on her phone. Barely looks up. They wanted to do this big family dinner, like, oh, let's all get on. Same page thing. I almost bailed, but I figured, nah, this is the perfect time. So we're at this restaurant, not the same one as the anniversary, but another one she picked. I show up a little late on purpose, just to see how they'd react. Sarah texts me 3 times asking where I am. I just say, on my way. Traffic sucks. When I walk and everyone's already there, her mom gives me this look like I'm late for my own funeral. I just smile and sit down. The vibe is weird. Her mom is talking about the wedding. Her dad is just nodding. Her sister is scrolling. Zara is trying way too hard to act normal. She keeps touching my arm, laughing at stuff that isn't funny, trying to look at her. I just keep my answers short, let her squirm a little. Then her mom brings up the ring. She says, "It's so beautiful. I can't believe you trusted Sarah with something so valuable." I just look at Sarah and say, yeah, it's wild what people will do for money. Her mom laughs, but Sarah goes pale. She tries to change the subject, but I'm not letting it go. I ask her in front of everyone if she's had the ring appraised. She stares at me, then says, "No, why would I do that?" I just nod and say, "That's weird because I found an appraisal receipt in your bag." Her mom looks confused. Her dad finally looks up. Her sister actually puts her phone down. Sarah tries to laugh it off, says, "I must be mistaken. Maybe it was for something else." I just pull the receipt out of my pocket and slide it across the table. Her mom picks it up, reads it, then looks at Sarah. Her dad asks, "What's going on?" Sarah starts stammering, says, "It's not what it looks like. She just wanted to know for insurance." I say, "That's funny because I heard you on the phone at our anniversary dinner talking about how you were going to clean me out after the wedding." The whole table goes silent. Her mom asks if that's true. Sarah starts crying, says I'm making it up, says I'm trying to ruin her life. I just sit back and let her dig her own grave. Her dad asks if I have proof. I say I heard it with my own ears, and if you want, you can ask her who she was talking to that night. Sarah starts yelling, says I'm crazy, says I'm jealous, says I'm trying to embarrass her. I just shrug and say, "You did that yourself." Her mom gets up, grabs her purse, says she can't believe this. Her dad tells Sarah to calm down, but she's losing it. She tries to grab my arm. I pull away. She slaps my shoulder hard, then starts screaming at me. Her sister starts recording on her phone, which is honestly the most engaged I've ever seen. Sarah's mom tells her to stop, but she just keeps filming. The manager comes over, asks if everything's okay. Her mom says, "We're leaving," and gets up. Sarah is still yelling, says I ruined everything, says I'm a liar, says I'm broke, and that's why I'm doing this. I just stand up, look her in the eye, and say, "You're not getting a cent from me, and you're definitely not keeping the ring." She tries to slap me again, but I block her arm and step back. Her dad steps between us, tells her to stop. We all walk out. Her mom is crying. Her dad is just shaking his head. Her sister is texting someone. Sarah is still yelling, she's going to tell everyone I'm abusive, that I stole from her, that I'm a psycho. I just laugh and say, "Good luck with that." She tries to push me, but I just walk away, get home, and my phone starts blowing up texts from her mom, her friends, even her aunt. I don't answer any of them. I just sit on the couch, put my phone on silent, and watch TV. I can hear her outside the building yelling into her phone, but I don't care. My mom calls, says she heard from Sarah's mom. I tell her what happened. She just says, "I'm proud of you, but be careful." I say I will. The next day, I get a text from Shirley, Sarah's friend, asking if I'm okay. I say, yeah, just tired. She says, "Sarah is telling everyone I cheated on her and stole her money." I say, "Believe what you want." She says, "I know Sarah. I know she's lying." I say, "Thanks." Sarah tries to come to my apartment, but the building manager won't let her in. She calls me, leaves like 20 voicemails all over the place, crying, screaming, begging, threatening. I don't answer. Her mom texts me, says she's sorry, says she didn't know. I say, "It's not your fault." She says, "If you need anything, let me know." I say, "Thanks, but I'm good." I start getting messages from people I barely know asking what happened. I just say, "Ask Sarah." I'm not hiding anything. The best part is I still have the ring and all the receipts. She's got nothing. Her family is pissed. Her friends are turning on her, and she's got no one to blame but herself. I know some people are going to say I went too far, but honestly, after what she tried to do, I don't care. I'm not letting anyone walk all over me, not anymore. Next up, I'm making sure everyone in our circle knows exactly what happened. I'm not letting her spin this. She wanted to play games, now she gets to lose in front of everyone. Part 4 soon. Ningle, it gets even messy. Final update. So yeah, after that dinner meltdown, I thought maybe Sarah would just disappear for a while, but nah, she doubled down. I wake up the next morning to like 30 missed calls, a bunch of texts, and even a couple emails from her, and Her mom, I just put my phone on, do not disturb and go. Make coffee, and it's weird how quiet the apartment feels and you know someone's out there losing their mind about you. I guess the first sign things were about to get even messy was when I saw her post on her story some vague quote about betrayal and snakes with a black screen classic. Then I get a text from Shirley, who's basically the group chat admin for our wedding crew, asking if I'm okay and if the wedding is really off. I just reply, yeah, it's off. Ask Sarah why she doesn't reply for a while, then just sends a thumbs up. I start getting messages from people I haven't talked to in months, all asking what happened. I don't say much, just that things didn't work out. I'm not about to air everything out to randoms, but I'm not hiding either. I know Sarah's telling everyone her version, so I decide to just get it over with. I go into the group chat we made for the wedding, like all the friends, her family, my family, even a couple people I barely know. I just drop a message, wedding is off, ask Sarah for tales if you want, but I'm not the one who lied. I attach a pic of the appraisal receipt and say, if anyone wants to know why, here's a hint. Then I mute the chat. My mom calls, says she's proud of me for standing up for myself, but also says I should be careful because Sarah's family is pissed. I say, let them be pissed. She says, just don't do anything stupid. I say, I'm not the one who tried to scam someone out of 50 grand. Sarah shows up at my building that afternoon, banging on the door, yelling for me to come out. The building manager calls me, says she's making a scene. I tell him to call her a cab and send her home. She keeps calling, leaves voicemails, some crying, some screaming, some just silent. I don't answer her. Mom texts me, says I'm ruining Sarah's life, that I should be ashamed. I reply, maybe you should ask your daughter what she said about me on the phone. She doesn't reply. I start getting calls from the venue, the caterer, the florist, all asking what's going on. I tell them the wedding is off, send them the cancellation emails and ask for the refund. I get most of the deposits back minus some fees, but I make sure everything is in writing. I send Sarah a message with a breakdown of the costs, tell her she owes me half, and if she doesn't pay, I'll take her to small claim. She replies with a wall of text about how I'm heartless and ruined her life. I just reply, pay your share. Her friends start dropping off. Shirley texts me, says she's sorry, says she didn't know Sarah was like that. I say, it's fine, just don't get involved. A couple of her other friends block me, but I don't care. My friends are all just sending me memes and telling me I dodged a bullet. Sarah tries to get her stuff from the apartment, but I tell her to send her sister. I'm not dealing with her. Her sister shows up, grabs a couple bags, barely says a word. I hand her the stuff, close the door, and that's it. The next few days are just a blur of calls, texts, and awkward run-ins. Her dad calls me, says he's sorry for how things went down, says he didn't know. I say, it's not your fault, but you should talk to your daughter. He just sighs and hangs up. I see Sarah at the grocery store a couple days later. She tries to come up to me, but I just walk away. She follows me out to the parking lot, starts yelling at me, says I ruined her life, says she's going to tell everyone I'm abusive. I just say, go ahead, see who believes you. She tries to slap me, but I step back and she misses. She screams, slams her car door, and peels out of the lot. My mom invites me over for dinner, says I should just move on, but I can tell she's happy. I stood up for myself. She says, you did what you had to do. I say, yeah, but it still sucks. She says, that's life. I get a letter from Sarah's lawyer a week later, some nonsense about emotional distress and wanting the ring back. I just forward it to my mom, who laughs and says, let them try. I keep the ring in her safe just in case the group chat is dead. Now nobody's talking. I see a couple people unfollow me, but whatever, I'm not here to win a popularity contest. I just want my life back. Sarah keeps trying to get people on her side, but it's not working. Her family is embarrassed. Her friends are tired of the drama, and she's basically alone. I hear from Shirley, Batch has been staying with her parents. Barely leaves the house. I don't feel bad. She did this to herself. I start going out more just to get out of the apartment. I see some old friends play some pickup basketball, just try to get back to normal. It's weird, but I feel lighter, not happy, not sad, just done. I know some people are going to say I went too far, but honestly, after what she tried to do, I don't care. I'm not letting anyone walk all over me again. I made sure she felt every bit of what she tried to do to me, and I didn't have to break the law or stoop to her level. I just let the truth do the work. So yeah, that's it. 10 days, 73 missed calls, and one ex-fiancé who thought she could play me. I'm not healed. I'm not over it, but I'm not broken either. I'm just moving on one day at a time. If you're ever in this situation, don't let anyone tell you to just walk away. Sometimes you got to stand your ground and make sure they know you're not the one to mess with. I'm not saying revenge fixes everything, but damn, it feels good to not be the one left picking up the pieces. Thanks for reading. I guess if you made it this far, hope you never have to go through this.